3 of them in the top of the first.
Yeah, it really stood out big for pitchers, but too, just lack of ability to compete by hitters. And
yesterday, we might be close to that today.
Oh,
Inside pitch, and Wyatt Hensler.
Man, that was a good one to hit.
Hits into that shift. Field and flip Daniel.
Defenders as opposed to 2. Electric pitch that he's throwing.
Came inside, in on the hands of Caden Kent.
Yeah, that's nasty. That's like a Roger Clemens split. About 10 miles an hour slower than the heater, but a ton of depth.
Kason Evans throw a legendary Aggie and Gary Kubiak at you. Oh, man, throw that at Caden Kent right in his rear at Columbia, and then comes down here to A&M, second year. Led the Aggies in batting average last year in their run.
That pitch all the way till he lands it. That's when you go the heater again.
Everybody goes. Ground ball right at Daniel Dickinson. The Aggies will lead off in the top of the second for LSU. Miles Patton starts.
You really good at bats. But I played with a guy, and he said, that's why I'm good. And it was kind of laughable, because obviously if you could do that, you'd never he's going to throw. Let's see, right. Yeah, you got to be quick.
Had a stretch where he was touched up in conference play a bit. Caden Kent will throw out yesterday. And Cade Arambidi started behind the.
Trying to drive this ball in a gap. Got to have a plan, know where you're most productive as a hitter. Time something up here and make a good swing.
Sliding play by this season. And here he is and then in game 2 last night, hit the home run over the left center field wall. He's going to center field here, backing up slow.
The offense to create a little more runs this game, and a swing like that'll help.
Transferred to A&M after showing some power out in Lubbock for the Texas top and hit the roof. So that's a little more distance. He wins by a few feet.
I think that's what what Cash had, or seemed a little more errant. That may have been ball 4. Actually, for now, they just got to be keyed in on the heater. That's it. Try to go.
That'll stay in play over in foul territory. The field of 64 is selected for the NCAA tournament. Fourth be with you on this every time it rolls around.
Yeah.
Are you a Star Wars guy?
I'm not.
Inside pitch fouled the other.
Second time through. That could. No, it's going to get knocked down.
Royo will get back to it.
The wrist, decent lead over there.
Up. And then lost him, so a walk.
Get yourself a soft contact.
Nothing soft about that, but Jay Slaviolette is there. That came. But I was listening to one of this year. Now that's my opinion. And that would
didn't just strike out on that split change he took. He struck out on the middle fast.
Aiden Sorrell, who grounded out to the right side at the plate. That ground out to Sorrell in conference game. And Harrison with
calling it as he sees it. It's a tight zone, and
hard hop for Michael Braswell. And let me make a correction. That was a hit for Bear.
That slider
went out, missed the zone.
To go after that.
Kent on a line, a looping liner in scoring position. Derek Curiel is leading it off. And
you got to go beat the pitcher. That's all that is right there. It's a race between you. It's in an inning.
You're exactly right, because I mentioned
Wouldn't expect either of these offenses to really just go crazy.
Caden Kent makes a nice play. Stephen Milam at the plate. Outs. But the Tigers have made the most of them.
Bottom of the lineup. LSU putting a crooked number up right now. But Patton.
7-8 due up for the Aggies. Shot Royo and Cash.
Early on to start this scoring off from the off.
On the run, Dickinson will make the play. He has navigated 2 rough innings to keep A&M off the board, and now it's Ben Royo
able to make that if he was there.
So Royo stays productive.
Then
3-0 now.
Aggies go get to the bullpen after it.
As the Tigers go left on left.
Third base dugout when he releases it. First base dugout, and he is, and that's going to make it feel a lot faster. Payoff.
Struck him out swinging.
Every matchup's going to be out there.
Going to go to third to try to end the inning, and so call it a rivalry in college baseball. We talked about it yesterday. Jared Jones leads off. Hit this into left field. Terrence Keel comes.
Stifle that, obviously, but those are big things you talk about in a locker room. Or
rides on every pitch, and it sure does on this Sunday.
Weather, man, 2 great days for baseball to get the fans out.
Packed houses for all 3 games, and Miles Patton contend terrific since getting back into the A&M lineup after that hamstring in
there. Putting base runners aboard. It's nasty. Do an offense when you feel like you're constantly trying to manufacture runs with 1 or 2 outs. It's a good. Yeah, that's that. Got another snare.
Tried to reach out. He's down to the count 1-2. Time series, 33 wins for the Aggies, 1 for LSU, and I believe there's been a tie in there as well. 6th, and Derek Curriell leads it off against Miles Patton.
To know your strike zone. That's all you can ask of a home plate umpire.
Curriell to left field. Terrence Keel tracked.
Where he gave up a couple back-to-back hits, but man, you could argue that those runs shouldn't have even been scored. Staff in general has done, both pitching staffs against really good offenses. They've been on fire this weekend. It's a nice pitch. Eliminates that. But that was just a run-of-the-mill single pull side, and I feel like it just looked.
Tigers. Throws low.
Can be a strategy, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's what we saw.
And you kind of speed up the defense when you do that. Well, just 1 frame ago, that's high and tight to Ben Royo. Is Jaden Newt still wet? That was the 2nd out of the 4th inning. Ever since, it's been Newt in the game for the Tigers. Gavin Cash, a ground out in the 2nd and a walk in the 4th.
Guys, you saw last inning.
They walked him.
Today. But you trying to make hay right now. Get some runners on, create some typically, and that's the route to victory if you're A&M, is to go.
Fouled off a 2-2. Hit that over at Will Fox, coach.
With where he's releasing it.
This will be a over to the left side, and Braswell. Caden. Inside, and it's a full count now. Will ground out to Daniel Dickinson. That's a 3-up, 3-down inning. The 4th inning. And quite frankly, both runs.
Like you have to swing just as hard as he's throwing. And that's not the case at all. And hitters want to think, I got to swing harder now.
On the short hop, Braswell makes the play.
Changeup. The first changeup.
High and tight, and he is at third base. Got him there one.
I think that's why Roger Clemens believed in chin music. Land, and what's Connor Ware going to do? If you stay away from him, there's no harm.
Went after it off the end of the bat, trying to beat that out.
That's fallen.
Coming in, Pearson, you're right, can't get there. Outside for a 2-1.
Still got to go get Sorrell.
Sorrell to left. They're going back. Kate! But an eruption on the bomb by Sorrell. And Bear Harrison unloads opposite field. That's not going to quite have enough
to take in the series.
Well, an interesting move to start the 9th. LSU's going to. Got him. Look. Here's Stephen Milam and the swing and a miss.
Just trying to get a runner aboard to have a chance.
Chopped. Moss will field. And there's. Staying down on it, Gavin Cash in the